Welcome to the Christian Success Show, the show that helps you achieve more success in every area of your life. I'm your host, Wes Young. Thank you for joining me today. The Christian Success Show is brought to you by Christian-Success.com. Visit Christian-Success.com to join the community and check out the special $7 deals designed to help you achieve big success in specific areas of your life. If you want personal help achieving more success, you can find out how to work with the top Christian life, success, and business coach and consultant at Christian-Success.com/coach. Now, let's get started with today's show. Today's show is titled, There's No Try in Reality. Over the years, I've read a lot of books about business and entrepreneurship and building businesses, and studied marketing and sales tactics and things like that. And this has led me to a lot of different authors and listening to a lot of different programs and taking different courses. And part of this, especially in marketing, is a thing called copywriting. And copywriting is basically just writing ads and sales letters and things like that, and learning how to do it in a way that helps get your message across clearly and helps you sell things. And some of the top copywriters over the past 20 or 30 years, I've studied a lot of their work, read books, and taken courses and things from a lot of them. And even though I'm not a copywriter, I've learned a lot about marketing, and a lot of them know a lot about success. And recently I was reviewing some information by a copywriter named John Carlton, and he's one of the top copywriters in the business world, even though most people don't hear of copywriters because they're not looking for these services. So they're only famous within small circles. But one thing about John Carlton is he knows a lot about success, and I've learned a lot from following him over the years. And before I go on, I like what I've learned from Carlton, but I just want to warn you, he's a little rough around the edges, especially this podcast is the Christian Success Podcast, and I just want to warn you that if you follow John Carlton or read his stuff, he has some could be offensive things that come out every now and then. His language is not the best. But I learned a long time ago that if I want to learn everything that I want to and need to, sometimes I have to be able to extract the good stuff out of things and ignore the stuff that I don't agree with or that rubs me a little bit of the wrong way. Anyway, Carlton knows a lot about a lot of stuff, and he's got an interesting writing style. He does a good job of getting his points across, and that's because of the copywriting training. So here's why I bring up John Carlton and copywriting. I was recently reviewing some information from John Carlton, and it was something I'd read before, but it just kind of reminded me. He says something about there's no try in reality. He says that you're either eating the sandwich or you don't eat the sandwich. You don't try to eat a sandwich. You either eat it or you don't. And that's a really important point when we're talking about trying to achieve more success, because so often we say, I'll try to do this, when there's really no try. We teach as we're grown up, we're taught to try to do things, but really try is a trap for success, a trap that keeps you from reaching as much success as you can. And the first thing I want to teach you is train yourself to catch every time that you say try. And it takes a long time. It took me a long time to train myself, but now every time I say I'm going to try to do something, it instantly enters my mind that there's no try. You either do or you don't. And this is the attitude I have to use in order to achieve the successes that I want in life. And it's something I think that can help you too, because when we try to do something, that's like a built-in excuse to fail. Oh, we tried, but it's okay. We tried. It's okay, we failed. So we tried. That's all that's important. But if you want to truly achieve success, you can't just try, and you can't go into it with a built-in excuse for failure, and that's what try can be. So instead of saying, I'll try to do better, do better. Decide to do better. Don't decide to try. If you're going to do better, if it's worth the try, then it's worth doing. I'll try to be more successful. No, be more successful. Figure out what you need to do to be more successful and do it. Don't try to do it, do it. I'll try to start a side business. No, figure out how to do it and start a side business if it's that important to you. Now, let's take the idea that there's no try in reality, a little bit deeper, and it's something that could possibly start showing huge benefits for you immediately. So, answer this question. What are you trying to do right now in your life that you need to stop trying to do and start doing? That sounds like a simple question, but almost every single one of us have at least one thing in our life that we're trying to do and not doing. We're using the try as an excuse not to accomplish it. So take a minute and think about this. What are you trying to do right now in your life that you need to stop trying and start doing? When you find an answer to that, it could make a tremendous difference in your success and what you're trying to accomplish. So, how do you transition from trying to doing? Because it's easy for me to sit here and say, stop trying, do instead. And even if that resonates with you and you can see that that's a good piece of advice and something good you should start doing, sometimes it's difficult to break out of what we've been taught our whole life. It's difficult to break out of the try and to do. After all, if you're trying, aren't you doing things? Well, most of the time, yes, but you're still working with a subconscious acceptance of failure, because we've been taught, well, as long as you try your best, it's okay if you fail. Well, I suppose in some areas of your life it's okay if you fail, but why are you trying to do things that aren't important enough to actually follow through and accomplish? It's just a waste of time. Now, there will be arguments that some people say when you set goals, you need to set them so high that they're probably just outside of being realistic, and you try as hard as you can and you're going to benefit from how far you do get, which is okay if that's the way you want to set goals. That's not how I recommend doing it, but I know some people can have success doing that. But I still think that anytime you're trying to do something, especially if you don't think you can really accomplish it, that you're setting yourself up for failure. So once again, try is a built-in excuse for failure. So how do you transition from trying to doing? The best way that I know of, and I've used this many times myself, if I find myself trying to do something, then I take a step back and I look at what I want to accomplish, and then I take a look at my plan to get from where I am to what I want to accomplish. And what I usually find is that my plan's not good enough. It's not detailed enough. The try mentality infected me while I've built the plan, and I've actually not built the plan to succeed often. So I take a step back and I reevaluate my plan and the actions I'm taking. And then I try to break it down to as small parts as I can, and then I start doing each small step and keep at it on a consistent basis. That's how I break out of going from trying to actually doing. I make sure I've got the best plan possible, and then I take action on the plan. And then I go from trying to doing. So basically, that's a short one today, but it's very important, and I think I've covered everything that I want you to understand that can help you move on and become more successful. There's no try in reality. Every time that you hear yourself saying you're going to try something, or you're trying something, or you're thinking about trying something, train yourself to think, I'm either eating the sandwich or I'm not eating the sandwich. I use this to help me recognize and get back on track every time I'm using try to sabotage what I'm working towards with more success. There's no try in reality. I want to sincerely thank you for joining me today. I know that you have plenty of options on how you spend your time, and it's an honor you're letting me help you achieve more success in your life. God bless you. Don't forget to check out the special $7 deals designed to help you achieve more success in specific areas of your life at Christian-success.com. If you want personal help achieving more success, you can find out how to work with the top Christian life, success, and business coach and consultant at Christian-success.com/coach. Have a blessed day.